Okay, we're ready for the final. We have on the under 16, they're gonna ball on lane 12, best of 3, Melvin Roth against Oscar Mirin. If we have to say something, probably Oscar should be the favorite at the moment. He's been bowling extremely well this morning. Then we have on lane 14, probably the most two powerful girls we had this week, Doris against Saga. They're bowling on lane 14. And then the under 21 final happening on lane 17. We find Eskil against Melvin Anderson. In my eyes, the girls' final is a little bit more difficult to say if there is any favorite. In the 16th, under 16 division, if I had to bet, probably I would bet on Oscar at the moment, purely based on how strong he has been executing today. And then on the under 21, I feel Iskil is maybe a little bit stronger in the eyes, but then on the other hand, when Melvin finds the carry, he seems to find it in a way that no one else does. Very interesting final. It's best of 3 again, so if any of them wins 2 games right away, it's going to be the winner. It's a PBA Sweden, PBA Youth Tour 2026. So potentially the first semi-professional title for every one of them. And now it doesn't really matter how good they are, how good they bowl. For sure, the mental game becomes a big part. It's the pressure. It's just you and your opponent. It doesn't matter what you did before. It doesn't matter how good you were. The only thing that matters is what's going to happen in the next 24 frames or 36. Depending on if you win in 2 or if you need a third game. We got the first double. It's for Melvin Anderson in lane 17. Ahead on 1 mark. We have also Melvin Roth ahead, 1 mark on lane 12. So for now, the 2 that I said were the favorites are under. Very good on me, yeah. Four pin for Doris. Solid 10 for Iskil. Spare for Melvin. Melvin looking consistent now, 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare. Small adjusting, trying to get the strikes. And there we go with Doris, looking to spare the 4. And she gets it. Amazing messenger over there for Oscar. Pizza delivery. Spare for his skill. Strike also for Melvin. And Saga missed a little bit to the right. She left the 210. Now Melvin looking to get the turkey. Lane 17. Oi. I was a bit weak in the pocket. 8-10. Close for Saga to take the 210. Just needed 1 board more to the left with the ball, but that was a good attempt. Beautiful strike now for Doris on the fourth frame. She's one mark ahead, 12 pins ahead to be precise. Another good strike for Melvin. So 9 spare double. So 2 marks ahead now. Eskil walking on 17. Releases. A little bit strong. Not clean enough on the release. Happy to leave only the 8 pin. Ooh, solid 7 for Oscar. Now Eskil looking to spare the 8 pin. And he gets it. Little bit high on the head pin for Doris. She still have a 12 pin lead, but now Saga has a strike. She has a chance to double and shorten up the distance. And she takes a spare. There goes Melvin looking for the third one. Baby split. The other Melvin, the under 21, Anderson, he gets the strike. Beautiful shot there. Oh, solid 8 for Saga. That was a very beautiful release, very clean. And that was cool on Melvin Roth, taking the 310, throwing back up. There goes Eskil. Looked like a ball change, a little bit cleaner ball. Moved back a little bit out, but the ball was short in the pocket. Left the 2 pin. So it does Oscar on lane 12. So Oscar is now 21 pins behind. Saga is 12 pins behind. And if Eskil spares and Melvin doubles, Eskil will be 1 pin ahead. They take in the spare both, Eskil and Oscar. There goes Doris. Doris. Oi. That went too deep in the pocket. 4-7-10 for her. She had the 12 pin lead. That potentially can go away now. Deep in the head fin for Melvin Roth. Now Melvin Anderson, lane 17. He gets a win. Again, beautiful strike. Deeper in the pocket. Good spare again for Melvin Roth. There goes Saga. Beautiful. Very nice strike. And that was a very nice strike on Oscar. On the other hand, Eskil on lane 17. It looks like he's still trying to figure out what ball and line he wants to use to start striking. But this guy, as soon as he finds the spot, it's a strike machine. So it shouldn't be a problem for him once he gets the right spot. Spare for Doris. She's now 2 pins down, but Saga has a strike. If Saga strikes, it's going to increase that to 12. Perfect strike now for Oscar. Closing the gap a little bit. Oscar was 19 under to be exact. Now it's just 9 under. Another nice shot by Saga. Beautiful release she has, and she gets the double. So now she's ahead. She's ahead by a mark, more or less. Now Eskil. There he goes. Getting the strike. Doris. Perfect. Splitting the 8-9. Beautiful. Melvin Roth. Sparing a 9 pin, so he's on a 164 on the 8th frame. And Oscar has a double. Oscar with another strike would tie the match. Beautiful strike again for Saga. Now she's 22 ahead. That was a split for Oscar. He needed that strike. Now it's getting a little bit harder for him to win this match. Solid 10 for Doris. She also needed that strike to try to recover a little bit. And a chop for Melvin. So Melvin chopped. That gives him a total score of 142 on the 7th frame. That's 2 pins above par. Eskil has no double yet, but he's on a strike. So if he doubles, he's gonna be 4 pins ahead. There goes Eskil. Releases. Looking short. It was very short. It's the 210. It looks like this ball is a little bit too clean. Not really working back. Eskil very close to take the spare. He did not. That opens the door again for Melvin Understone to try to put some extra pressure by striking here on the 9th. There was a 4th strike for Saga on lane 14. Now she's forcing Doris to try to do as many strikes as possible, which she doesn't on the 10th. She's going to end with 180, 84 potential. And that means the game, it's probably going into Saga's pocket. It's best of 3, so it's only 1 point, still a long way to go. And Melvin Roth strike, gather on the 10th frame, but 204, enough to beat the score of Oscar, which is going to be a 170. Now Eskil and Melvin working on not the highest pace for now. But Melvin is 20 pins ahead with a couple of frames to go. It was a 10 pin for Saga. That's enough to win game 1. She's going to shoot 216 with a strike on the 12th. It's going to be a win by 33 pins. And yeah, Oscar got 177. Eskil got the strike on the 10th. No, on the 9th. He's going to try to put some pressure back. Oi. A very solid 7 on lane 17 for Melvin Andersson. Spare for Oscar. They are already on game 2. The winner was Melvin Roth. If Melvin wins game 2, he's going to be the winner. So that means Oscar needs to win 2 games in a row if he wants to get the title. Strike for both Doris and Saga. Saga won the game, so if Doris wants to have any chance, she needs to win the next 2 games. And finally, we are entering the end of the first game for Eskil and Melvin Andersson. Melvin is 19 pins ahead. Eskil has a strike on the 9th. He does not get the strike on the 10th. Again, I'm going to say this ball is too clean. It's going too far. I think he needs to grab a ball that reaches a little bit sooner, because now his angles are way too tight compared to what he has been doing for the whole event.
And as we are finishing game 1 on some pairs and starting game 2 on others, I'm back in the booth. Hello again.
It's good to have you here. You missed some of the action, but still a long way to go. A lot of things to happen. Saga with a very big chance to put a lot of pressure on Doris. Doris did not strike on frame 2. Saga looking to double. Beautiful. And a good spare for Melvin Roth. 3-9-10. He took it on a backup and he got it.
Yeah, so let's see what Doris can do as she steps up here. Let's take a look at how she's been doing today. She won her quarterfinal 2-0 versus Jolene Lund. And she won the semifinal 2-1 versus Nicole Brandin.
Nicole Brandin.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for her, she just left the 7-10, which is gonna add a lot of pressure for the rest of the game, especially since Saga has already a double, and Sara won the first match.
Yeah, so you said Saga won the first match? Saga won the first match, yeah.
Saga won the first match, and now she's currently with a double, looking for a third one, looking very good.
Bit further out. But
yeah, but she's very clean on the release. She gets the rep rates. The ball conserves all the energy for the back of the lane, and it's looking very consistent. The under 16 match, the lead was for Melvin Roth. He just spared a big split. He left an even bigger one, so now it's an open frame. That opens the door for Oscar to start striking. We all know Oscar, if he finds the spot, it's going to be very dangerous. And on the under 21, game 1 is over. Melvin Andersson won 201 against 181. Now let's see if Eskil is going to change ball and do something different. Yes, he did change ball. He went for a stronger ball. I believe it was the Iron Pearl. He moved a lot deeper than he was doing, and he got a fucking good strike. So, one more, I was right. Saga looking for a fourth one, and she gets it. Oi, oi, oi. Second open frame for Doris. 4 in a row for Saga. She's starting to smell the trophy. Beautiful strike for Melvin. And what about the under 16? What's going on with Melvin Roth? 3 splits in a row. Probably he found transition. Time
Yeah.
for Melvin Roth to adjust.
Lucky for him, he won the first match at least, so he doesn't. It's not an absolute emergency, but he would definitely like to find something before they move on to the next.
And look at the E-skill. He just left the solid 9. He did not trust the ball to send it far out enough. Probably because it still have some weight in his brain from the previous shots with the other ball. But this one is stronger. And it hooked without a problem. And that was a very risky spare. He nearly missed it. One more strike for Saga. She's very comfortable now. She's perfectly aligned. And she's losing the pressure because she's escaping.
Yeah.
And she's bowling more and more comfortable. Important spare there for Oscar. Not striking, but since the opponent is doing open frame after an open frame. Now, Melvin, can he put a lot of pressure on E-skill?
Ooh, goes Brooklyn.
Yep.
And
I
the
was
other
far to the
Melvin,
left.
let's see here. He's also been having a pretty solid day. Not the most straightforward one, with 2-1 wins in the first two and a 2-0 in the final one. And he struck now to give himself a bit of a better look than he was having for the first couple of frames.
Agree. One more for Sarah. Well, I've been joking that once the event is over, I'm gonna play one game against the champions just to show them what the truth is. but the way Sarah is striking, I think I'm gonna run and hide. One more for her. There's no way I'm gonna put myself on the lanes and get destroyed by her.
No, I wouldn't want you to face any of these if you
Right.
if we want to have a chance.
Maybe they give me some handicap.
Yeah, maybe.
A lot of handicap. Like 30 per game.
Yeah, maybe something.
Then I
like
have
that.
a chance.
And Saga, another one to extend her lead. Yes, indeed.
Beautiful front 7 for Saga on the title match. Now I have a very difficult question for you. This is PBA youth. But if she makes 300, does she get the ring?
I don't think so.
It's a PBA. PBA youth?
Yeah.
What do they give them? A lollipop?
I do not know
A
actually.
box of chocolate? Yeah, but jokes apart. What incredible talent, the two of them. Doris is not giving up. She
Nope,
took a
definitely not.
little bit longer to find the spot, but there she is striking. And the match between Iskil and Melvin Anderson, it's far from over because Iskil is under pressure, is not doing good shots, but now he has the right ball and the right spot, and Melvin is not doing good shots either. So nothing is decided. And back to Oscar and Melvin Roth. Melvin's starting to strike again, putting some pressure back into Oscar.
And now actually Melvin has the chance to take the lead.
And Melvin won the first game.
Yeah.
So a strike on the 9th is going to put so much pressure back into Oscar.
Exactly. Oscar has been looking very comfortable so far today, but he's just not been finding it in these first two.
There goes his skill. Important frame for him. Perfect strike. Saga
So Oscar
continues to strike.
So Oscar shot 701 and then 738, I believe, or something like that in the first.
First 2 rounds.
Yeah, which is quite remarkable.
Wait.
5-pin for Melvin Roth.
Almost to Brooklyn. Doris not giving up. Just the 7-pin. That was a good shot.
Although
She
now
tried.
I
She gave her best.
think it is pretty much over there.
Yeah, it's game over, but very, very good event by Doris.
Yes.
She throws it amazingly good. She's so powerful, so good, and so consistent. She has an amazing future ahead, for sure. And another ball on the left side of the head pin for Melvin Anderson, left the 5 pin.
Yeah, I think that lane in general just is not looking very fun at all. As Oscar Muren puts in a strike to stay in the lead in that match, and Melvin picks that spare up. We could hear Oscar strike from the other side of the center.
Yes.
Where we're sitting.
Yes. But it's the heat moment, so understandable. Oh, 7 pin for Saga. So close.
And
so
we won't
close.
need to answer your question about the 300 ring.
No lollipop. Iskil looking for a strike. No strike. No pocket either.
No, that pair or that lane 17 is looking really tough for both players right now. Well, what a final from Saga. She's gonna be in the very high 400s here.
495.
Yeah, nearly shooting.
Nearly 500.
Yeah. And
So
Melvin
200 for Melvin Roth.
forces Oscar to mark.
And lovely done by Saga.
279. What a
Bravo!
finish.
Bravo, Saga.
Very well done.
Congratulations. Stå gratis. Spectacular.
One of
Spectacular.
One of
We
the
love
three
bowling.
one of the 3 first PBA Sweden junior winners.
Solid
two.
7 for Oscar. Ooh,
Yeah.
And
And he has to spare it.
Yep.
As Melvin struck
You
over
know
on
how
17.
far that 7 pin looks now when
Yeah.
you're on the
Yeah.
approach?
That's not 60 feet, that's 600 feet away from here.
It's a long par 6.
Exactly.
Now, Iskil, he really needs to strike. He needs to make good shots.
And Oscar to give himself the chance, he picks it up. He just needs to keep
Good
the ball
spare.
on the lane.
Good spare for Oscar, very
Yeah.
important. They're gonna go for the match number 3.
Yeah. I saw him actually hook it on that 7 pin.
Yep.
Probably nerves, making it feel a bit easier.
And he's been throwing all the spares back up on the right
Oh,
side.
he has actually, alright. And well, Melvin to make the first double of the game. Ooh. 10 pin.
That was so close.
And well, Oscar stays alive.
So, the winner takes it all, like the song. The
Yeah.
winner takes it all. And that's gonna be the same for Iskil and Melvin, unless Melvin manages a way to overcome those 12 pins that Iskil is ahead at the moment.
Oh,
Now
he
it's gonna be
missed the
more. He
spare.
missed the 10 pin. So that's
Yeah.
23 pins, 24 because of the strike.
Well, that's definitely advantage Eskil in that match then.
Now, if I was Iskil, I would not try to strike. I would put my 100% focus on making a good shot.
Yes.
So I would keep that feeling for the following frames. Solid 9.
It's a great shot, though.
It was good.
But
It was good.
that lane, as I've mentioned a few times now, looks very rough. to
I
bowl.
think if I was any of them, I would move even deeper and slow down the speed. Slow curve it, you know?
Yeah. And this
So you
is
make sure you keep control because you slow down just a little bit. That's going to allow you to move further left and chase the oil
yeah.
and just use that traffic on the outside.
Worth mentioning in that match is actually that this is both of their first Swedish Youth Tour events in the U21 class, because they were both in the U16 last year.
So they are what, 17 now?
Well, yeah, they would be turning 17 this year. Then, yeah.
Now, Melbourne looking to strike.
Yeah, it
You see
didn't
how
sound
early
good.
the ball is reading.
Yeah.
He needs to jump deeper. They need to move like 5 and 3 to the left just to find new oil.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like Eskil will go in. Will be giving us a third game there as well. So
I mean, it's very easy to say when you're
Yeah.
sitting down here like,
Yeah.
like we are. It's not the same when you're on the lanes and you have to make those decisions and under
Exactly.
the pressure, under the lights, everybody's watching.
We've been there.
A couple of misses for Melvin Roth. Now I would really love to see Iskil move deeper and slow down a tiny bit. You see, it's
4-9.
going very square.
Yeah. And Oscar leaves almost a bucket there. It's missing the 8-pin. So it's not a huge lead he's gonna have. It could be. It's gonna be in the regions of 20 pins if he picks that up.
Mm.
Did the oh yeah, the 4-pin fell for Eskil actually, so he's gonna get away with a spare there. That's pretty important. Oscar picks it up. Melvin gets away with a 9 there. Could very easily been a 7 split.
He's living in the head of the headpin.
Yeah.
It's been there. It's been more times in the middle of the headpin or the left side of the headpin than the right side of the headpin for the past 8-9 frames.
Oscar Muren strikes.
But as we said before, when you are in that situation, it's hard to all of a sudden, when you see you're still there, I'm not that far away, I still have my chances. It's hard to say, okay, I'm going to move 5 and 3 in and just go for it.
Yeah, it's easier to tell yourself, I'll just throw it a little bit better. But
yeah, but sometimes it's not only about throwing it better, but throwing it on the right spot.
and Eskil strikes again. Melvin Roth leaves the 6-pin. And Oscar has got a very early grip on that match over there.
20 pins lead.
Picks it up. Melvin Anderson, let's see here. Has he made any sort of adjustment? That's a different ball, I think.
Looks darker, yeah.
Had never hooked, it looks like, or it hooked super early.
But now it's when you can spin it a little bit more and slow down.
Yeah.
Because at least that one crossed the heads better.
Oscar with a huge strike there to take that lead to 30 pins.
Putting the pressure back into Melvin Roth.
Yeah.
How many Melvins were there in this event?
There were a lot for sure.
Not that
Melvin
many.
almost falls over.
No?
Strikes there. Well, it's 30 pins and it's still more than half the game to go, so it's far from over. But you can say that Oscar is looking a lot smoother.
So
No.
Melvin Anderson, top score, 173 if he strikes out. That means the game is all ready for his skill, which also starts to feel a little bit more aligned.
Yeah. Oscar to extend the lead even more. Puts it in.
Another strike for Oscar, yeah.
He is looking super comfortable right now after that shaky start.
Took him a little longer to get lined up this time.
Yeah.
But if it's like every single previous time, as soon as he's aligned, it's game over.
Yes, for sure. We've seen him be in the very high scoring, as we said before as well. Shot 730 in the quarterfinals. With a 180 in the first game.
Exactly. That means he shot 550.
Exactly. His record today has looked like this.
Okay, so it's got 2-1 against Rosen there, 2-1 against Fällström, and 2-0 in the semifinal.
Exactly. I think it was just the girls that didn't end up 2-0 in the semifinals.
True.
So let's see here. He didn't strike, but nor did Melvin. So that's going to be about a 40-pin lead. So definitely advantage still. As we're beginning to wrap up the second under-21 game over there, it's going to be an interesting final because the lane is looking really tough for sure.
I think Eskil has a big advantage now because the line is moving deeper and deeper, and he has more power than Melvin Andersson. So it's going to be, or it should be easier. Should be easier for Eskil to get the carry.
Yeah, and judging off of their current look, Melvin is not really getting that ball to go through the pocket properly.
You see now
When he
he's
gets it there.
moved again a little bit deeper, Melvin Andersson, but he's not really trusting the ball. He's not sending it out.
No, and that's a very easy trap to fall into on a pattern like this, that you feel like you have to keep it tight when there is definitely room on the outside. Oscar now with potentially another strike. Oh, 7-pin.
Good shot though.
Great shot.
Okay.
All right.
Entering the last game for the under-21, Eskil is the first one to take a shot. A little bit left. That was a little bit left.
Yeah, but it ends up.
But you see what I
very
mean?
nice in the pocket.
He moved deep enough, so now he has room in again. He didn't have any room in before.
Oscar with a spare there. Well, Melvin Roth is sort of running out of time. He's got to probably strike out to give himself an honest chance at this.
Keyframe. And
Yes,
that's
it's-
how you respond on a keyframe.
Yeah. So that's the 8th frame. He's going to have.
He's got 36 behind, but since he has a strike, it's 26 behind.
Yeah, and that is doable for sure.
Good strike for Melvin Andersson now. He finally sent the ball out to the friction.
Yeah.
Oi. Oi, oi, oi.
Big split for Oscar Murin.
And that changes everything drastically. One of those splits is 30 pins.
Especially if your opponent is going to respond to that with a strike.
Oi, bad shot there by Eskil.
Oh, and he only gets 2 as well. So that's 2 very costly frames. We just saw one from Oscar and one from Eskil.
He lost also the count, Oscar, by
Yeah.
taking 2 only.
Yeah, and he was working on a spare, so double trouble there. He's on pace for 196 now. Melvin Roth. That is gonna be Melvin in the lead.
By 1.
Yeah,
That's why I said it was very expensive to take only 2.
yeah.
Should have taken 3. You know what spares you can go for and what spares is like once every 1,000
When you're
attempts.
in a lead like that, you should just go for the count and try to get back on the strike train. This
Yeah.
one is crucial. That is perfect. Great bounce back after that.
Yeah, sending the pressure
Very
back to
costly
the
frame.
opponent.
But well, Melvin can strike out for the win. And the other Melvin, another Brooklyn shot from him, I think. Melvin Roth.
That was a little bit deep. That
Trips
was
the
a little
10
deep,
pin.
yeah.
Yeah. Tripped the 10 pin out, but still.
Missed inside, the ball went too long, and it was almost not
Yeah.
strong enough to take the 10 pin down.
He has forced Oscar to put in the first strike in the. Or actually, he's actually forced him to double already.
If he strikes out, he's the winner.
Exactly. If he strikes and then 9, Oscar can strike out to tie the match. He gets it. That was a bit high.
Trip to 4. One more to go.
Yep.
That was much better. Much better shot for Iskil now.
All right. Stepping up here. Melmerud strike to claim it. For the win.
Oi. What a bad count. 6.
So
Oi,
that
oi, oi,
means
oi.
that Oscar Myrén needs 2 strikes and
8.
8 exactly. So this is
It's the magic of bowling. It's never done. It's always room for something.
well,
Look at that.
yeah.
Oi, and the 10 went down.
Melmerud looked like a man that was down and out after 5 frames, and now he has forced his opponent to double in the most crucial frame of them all.
Let's see what Oscar can get. Oh, what a messenger. We had a pizza delivery.
That is
That was the perfect postal
incredible.
code.
Yeah. Ooh, Melvin just about picks up that 5 pin.
Yeah.
That was
Looks like he was practicing the 5-10
yeah.
in case he stays.
All right. Oscar needs to strike here, and then he needs good count on the final shot, and he will be a PBA junior champion. First, let's watch Eskil Lind here. Can he make a double? Solid 9.
Close.
Very, very close.
But as I said, for me, it's bowling a little bit too square. Should slow down 1 mile and send it slightly more to the right. Not on the arrows, but the break point.
Yeah. So, must strike for Oscar Myrén now.
Perfect.
He gets it.
Perfect.
He gets it. Needs 8 pins to win.
What about that, yeah?
Yeah. That is a very exciting final. Eight pins. Stands between Oscar Myrén and his first PBA junior title.
When he took that 5-2, and then Melvin made the first 2, I said, that's game over. It's a lesson. But look at what happened.
Oscar Myrén wins the U16 category.
There you go. And
What
that's
a
a
final.
pleasant win, yeah, when you
Yeah.
have to strike all the way out and you manage to do it. Now you can be happy for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that is one great recovery in this game. And from almost high pressure in both the second and third game for him. Yeah, that's really impressive.
So now there is only one match left, which is Iskil and Melvin, looking to be the under 21 PBA Youth Sweden champion here in Helsingborg.
Yep.
And it's only 12 pins between them. Melvin is ahead, but on the other hand, Melvin is not really hitting the pocket.
No,
Iskil is a little bit more in the pocket.
he's looking very shaky. Both his ball reaction and his shot making isn't really looking like it's there. But
Might as well just flip a coin
yeah,
and see what
but
side's gonna come
well,
out.
we said the lane looks tough, and it looks tough for both of them. So as long as Eskil isn't striking, Melvin technically doesn't need to either. As said, 7 for Eskil.
It's gonna be a resistance
Yeah.
survival mode on.
Yeah, Eskil has had a pretty smooth day otherwise. Two straight wins and 1 third game win for him. Picks the spare up.
In a very happy way.
Yeah. That could very easily have chopped. In fact, when I heard it, it almost sounded like a chop.
important frame now for Melvin. If he can strike, can
Put
put
it
some
on pressure.
distance. Solid 10.
But the good thing for him is he's getting the ball to the pocket now. That is a much
Yep.
better shot than the other ones we've seen.
Yes. 14-pin lead for him.
And this is what his day has been looking like so far.
So he defeated Classborn 2-1, then he defeated Stronggrand 2-1, and on the semi-final he defeated Olsen by 2-0.
Picks it up.
Important. 5 frames to go here in Olympia Bowling Alley, Helsingborg, Sweden. And we're trying to see who's going to be the winner on the under 21. Everything is very tight. Everything is a fight between Eskil Lund and Melvin Andersson. Melvin Andersson currently with a 14-pin lead. That looked better.
Gets
Yeah,
it.
that looked a little bit better. You see, that ball went a little bit more to the outside.
Absolutely. Yeah, so let's see if Melvin can respond. He's finally gotten the ball to the pocket pretty well. See if he can make it carry as well. That looks... No.
No reps.
That
Only
one,
slight.
yeah, that one actually looked pretty good, but it just never stood up, it looked like.
It felt like it was the right direction, but there was something missing on the rep rate.
Yeah, or if he didn't get around the ball properly, or whatever it might be. To me, the shot definitely didn't look that bad.
He
Let's
needs
see.
a spare. Nope.
Yeah, so now it's actually all even.
Tight, yeah.
Yeah,
103.
but with definitely an advantage Eskil here. I think this is not going to be a match about who's going to score the most strikes, but it's just going to be about who can control the pocket and get proper carry and make
You
the
know what I
spares.
was thinking? Saga had the same pins in 2 games than they have in almost 3.
Yeah.
Now it was a beautiful shot.
And
You see, it was a little bit slower this time.
Yeah.
It wasn't such a rocket. That's what I've been talking about for nearly 2 games now.
And that
Move
is...
in, slow it down, let the ball read the pattern. Never force the ball to read the pattern. On the contrary, let the balls read the pattern. Then they act a lot more friendly.
Exactly, and that is now a 10-pin lead for Eskil. Can Melvin respond? He can. With a strike.
Okay, what pocket was that?
That was a very high one.
A very, very high one. But again, it's Melvin. He gets many of these strikes
Yeah.
that you don't expect.
And to me, it hasn't looked like the standard pocket has been carrying that much, so maybe it might be better to hit it a bit higher. Get that 10 out. And see what Eskil can do here.
That was a little bit more forward.
Yeah.
A bit more forward roll, so it didn't made it back.
That could
on
also
the back
very
of the
well have
lane.
been a split, so that's definitely good to get away with a 9 there. 2-pin should be a straightforward spare, but we've talked about it a lot today. That's going to feel far away. Even the best spare shooter can miss these. Remember Mika Koivuniemi at the US Open.
Yeah. It's been a while. I haven't met with Mika, so I'm sending a big hug from here. That was
Ooh,
pretty light, eh?
Just about.
If he had dresser faced the ball a little bit too much.
Yep. And that's why we use a spare ball, kids.
Yes. Now, the ball back on the roof on Melvin Andersson. He has a strike. He has a potential to double and escape again. Now he's a little bit down, So important what he can do. And another of his carry strikes.
That is one heck of a break.
I'm gonna take his balls and I'm gonna weight them. I'm pretty sure one of them is 20 pounds.
Yeah.
The way they carry, unbelievable.
Well, so now it's actually Melvin in the lead. Can Eskil get back with a strike?
That was
He
astonishing.
can. That's a perfect shot. Textbook.
The last 3 frames have been much better on his skill.
Yeah.
Slow down a little bit, much more control on the way the ball is moving on the lane. But does he have any chance against Mr. Kerry? Let's see what Melvin does.
Foundation frame.
Mm.
7.
Deeper in the headpin again, 3-6-10. One of the hardest pairs there is.
Which is not a split. Yep, and now it's a 2-pin lead for Eskil, even if he picks this one up, so...
This pair should be considered a split.
Yeah.
The way we all spare it, even the pros.
And especially in these circumstances he is in right now.
Mm.
That's gonna be...
2 pins down, 9 frame. And it
misses
takes
it.
2. That's very, very, very bad news for Melvin. It's 14 pins down. Plus, Eskil has a strike on the 9th. So,
Yeah.
just with a mark is
Yeah.
enough for Eskil.
A mark, exactly. And even if it doesn't mark, I think Melvin will still have to double.
Double, yes.
Yeah. So this is for the win.
And he gets it.
And Eskilin wins.
We have a new winner on the under 21. Stort gratis, Eskil Lin. Amazing performance.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy because what actually ended up working at the end is what I could see from up here. Move deeper, slow down, use a little bit further outside breakpoint. And that brings us back to what we have been talking about on all the streamings since the World Youth last summer. It's not only important to have a perfect technique, but you also need to have the understanding of the game, how to read the lanes, what ball's going to give you the right angle. But that's why we love being here, so we can talk with you guys and help you understand a little bit better, grow in your game and your understanding. And what a week.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's been a great fun week.
Super talented bowlers in each of the 3 categories. It has been a pleasure. Stay tuned. Lucky Larsen coming soon by the end of summer. If you haven't booked, make sure you book flights, hotel, squats. We'll be back soon, right?
Yeah, we will.
Thank you for your time, Victor. It was lovely to spend some time with you again.
Oh, it's always
streaming.
it's always my pleasure.
And goodbye, everybody. Find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We'll be in touch.
And luckylarsen.se.
Hello.
Finaler, mycket känslor, mycket bra bowling, otroligt bra. Stor applåd till alla spelare. Helt fantastiskt. Jag tycker vi gör så här nu. Vi samlas allihopa någonstans bakom 11-12. Så ska vi göra en prisutdelning och jag välkomnar då givetvis ner de topp 3 i varje klass. Tyvärr så var Nicole tvungen att passa ett tåg så hon inte kvar. Hon har fått sitt pris. Så välkomna där runt 11-12 så ska jag och Sebastian dela ut lite godis.